So this is the third sum on epicyclic gear train that we will be seeing. This is slightly complicated. If you look at this closely, you can see that, see, this is your gear A. Gear A is meshed with gear B. These are externally meshed. And gear B and gear C are compounded together. That is, gear B and gear C are on the same shaft. So they will have the same RPM. Gear B is internally meshed with gear E. See, gear E has teeth on the inside. Gear C is internally meshed with gear D. They have given us the gear teeths of A, B and C. They have told us that gear A is rotating at 100 rpm in the anti-clockwise direction. And they have told us that gear D is rotating at 450 rpm in the clockwise direction. This is rotating at 450 rpm in the clockwise direction. So they just want us to find the speed and direction of the arm. This is your arm, which is connecting your sun gear to the planet gears. These will be your planet gears, and they are asking us to find the speed and direction of the rotation of the arm and of the gear E. Okay, here I have made the model of the question that we are currently seeing. Okay, as you can see, this is your first gear. This is your gear A. It is meshing with gear B. And see, gear B and gear C are compounded with each other. See, they are rotating at the same velocity. As you can see, because of the limitations of the software, I have to keep the outermost gear as constant, outermost gear as fixed. Okay, it is not the case in our question, but it is the limitation of the software. So in this case, it is fixed. As you can see, these both, this is the brown color is your gear D, and this is your gear E. Both have teeth on the inner side, hence they are known as annular gears. Whereas this your gear A, gear B and gear C, all three of these have teeth on the outer side. Okay, so because of gear A, gear B is rotating. Gear B and gear C are compounded together, hence they are rotating at the same RPM. Because of this gear C, this gear D is rotating. And because of this gear B, gear E should be rotating, but because of software limitations, I have just kept it stable. So this is our third sum on epicyclic gear train. I won't be going into very deep steps for each. I hope you have understood them in the previous two videos. Okay, so we'll be going a bit fast. Okay, in this we have a gear A which is meshing with gear B. Gear B is compounded with gear C. So gear B and gear C will have the same RPM. Gear B is internally meshed with gear E and gear C is internally meshed with gear D. Okay, so as always, I have drawn the table before only to save time. So fixing RF, so it will be 0, giving +1 rotation to gear A. You can select any gear you want. I have selected the first one. So it becomes +A. A and B are directly meshed with each other. So N of B upon N of A is equal to TA upon TB, implies N of B is equal to minus TA upon TB into N of A is 1. So it will be, sorry. Keep it positive. TA upon TB into 1. So TA upon TB. Because it is externally meshed with each other, that is why it will be negative. Okay, remember, do not put a negative sign over here. Always calculate this, then based on whether it is internal or external, put a negative sign. Now see, gear B and gear C are compounded, that is they are on the same shaft, they are on the same axis, they are on the same shaft. So it will have the same RPM because the shaft can have only one RPM. Okay, so gear D is meshed with gear C. So N of D upon N of C is equal to TC upon TD, implies N of D is equal to TC upon TD into N of C. What is N of C? RPM of C minus TA upon TB. You have to put this time negative sign because it is here only. So this sign you are going to copy, minus TA upon TB. Now while putting over here, you have to check whether you have to keep this minus sign like this only or you have to put in another minus sign. See, C is internally meshing with D. Whenever there is internal meshing, the direction remains same. So we will put it like this only. So it will be minus TA TC upon TB TD. Okay. Again, to find the RPM of E. E is meshing with what? E is meshing with B. So NE upon NB is equal to TB upon TE, implies NE is equal to TB upon TE into NB. What is NB? Minus TA by TB. TB will cancel, minus TA by TE. And do we put it like this only, or do we put a minus sign again so that it becomes positive? See, B and E are internally meshing, so the sign will remain same. So this will be minus TA upon TE. Next step, multiply all elements by M. This will be 0. I am going fast. If you want to recap, please look at a previous video. Okay, minus TA by TB minus M times TA, TC, TB, TD minus M, TA, TE. Add N to all. We are left with N, M plus N, N minus M times TA by TB. This will be N minus M times TA by TB. This will be N minus M times TA, TC by TB, TD. This will be N minus M times TA by TE. Okay, so there are two unknowns M and N. To solve that, we will need two equations. Well, we can find them out. They have first given us RPM of A as 100 in anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise means positive. RPM of A. What is the equation for A? M plus N. So we can write M plus N is equal to 100. What is the second thing they have given us? RPM of D is how much? 450. So D is 450, but in what? Clockwise direction. So negative. What is equation of D? This is equation of D. N minus M times TA, TC upon TB, TD is equal to how much? Minus 450, because it is in clockwise direction. Now out of all this, what do we know? Do we know TA? Yes. TC? Yes. TB? Yes. TD? No. We have to find out the number of teeth on gear D. Well, to find it out, it is pretty simple. See, you can use this same logic. See, here is D, radius of D. So this much is radius of D. So radius of D is equal to what? Radius of A. Radius of A plus, oh see, we can divide this entire into three parts. First is radius of A, then it is this small part, then it is this diameter of C. This is what? This is radius of A, this is diameter of C, diameter of C, plus what is this part? This is radius of B minus radius of C. This part is what? Radius of B minus radius of C. Radius of B minus radius of C. So this becomes what? See, this is diameter of C minus radius of C. Diameter of C means what? Diameter of C means what? 2 times radius of C plus radius of B minus radius of C. So one radius of C will get cancelled out. We will get radius of A plus radius of B plus radius of C. This is your radius of D. Okay, multiplying both sides by 2, we will get diameter of D is equal to diameter of A plus diameter of B plus diameter of C. Using our formula, module is equal to diameter upon number of teeth. So PCD is equal to module into number of teeth. Because all these gears are meshing, they have the same module, and it is given in the question also that they all have the same module. Because in this, it is a possibility that B and E might have a different module and C and D might have a different module. Okay, but they have given in the question that all modules are same. They have given it as all pitch are same. So pitch and module is the same thing for gears. Okay, so the module is same. So we can write this as module into number of teeth on D is equal to module into number of teeth of A plus module into number of teeth on B plus module into number of teeth of C. Cutting module from all side. Number of teeth on D is what? TA plus TB plus TC, which is 18 plus 45 plus 21, which comes out to be 84. Okay, number of teeth of D is what? 84. So we can substitute that value over here and we will get the second equation. So what will be the second equation? N minus M into, what is TA? 18, TC is 21, TB is how much? 45, and this is 84 is equal to minus 450. So this will be, 18 into 21 divided by 45 into 84, 1 upon 10, which means 0.1. So N minus 0.1 M is equal to minus 450. So we have our two equations. This is our equation number 2. This is our equation number 1. Substituting this in our simultaneous equation. So this is what? N plus M. We will N plus M because here N is first. So N plus M is equal to 100. N plus M is equal to 100. N minus 0.1 M is equal to minus 450. Okay, so we get N is equal to minus 400 and M is equal to 500. Okay, and what do we have to find out? We have to find out the RPM of E. And what is the RPM of E? RPM of E, see over here you can find out RPM of E is equal to N minus M into TA by TE. Okay, so we have to find out the number of teeth on E also. Okay, to find out the number of teeth on E, see, we will use the same logic. I will do it over here. So this bigger circle is my E. So till here, this is my radius of E. So radius of E is simple. Radius of E is what? It is radius of A plus diameter of B. Radius of A plus diameter of B. I will do it over here. You have to do it on the next page. Okay, I will just do it over here. Radius of E is what? Radius of A plus diameter of B. Okay, multiplying it by 2, we get diameter of E is equal to diameter of A plus 2 times diameter of B. Again using D is equal to MT as we did over here. D is equal to MT. We will get number of teeth on E is equal to number of teeth on A plus 2 times number of teeth on B, which is equal to number of teeth on A is 18 plus 2 times B is 90. So it is 108. Okay, that is the number of teeth on E. So we will substitute that 108 over here. We will get minus 400 minus 500 times TA by TE. TA is 18. TE is, just a minute, TE is, yes, 108, we just found out. Okay, so putting it over here, 500 into 18 divided by 108, this will be negative. So I will just add right now and put a big negative. So it will be minus 483.33 RPM. Negative means clockwise. So I can put over here 483.33 RPM in clockwise direction.